let's get into movies. The Screen Flow, as I renamed it. That episode you weren't here. We got new Hunger Games book that has been announced, which is interesting because we have the Hunger Games movie that came out. What was it, last year? That new one. And that book was just a couple years old. And now this book basically gets announced. It's going to be done this year. But we're also going to have an accompanying movie that has already been confirmed for next year, the year after that. Sorry. So the book's coming out in 2025. The movie's coming out in 2026. And this is a Hunger Games resurgence that we're on, you know? I think Hunger Games went away for a couple years, or a few years. But I think of all the dystopian teenage novels that were written at the time, Hunger Games definitely probably was the most popular, which is why it's still there. You know, it's still being added to with its lore and all that. The new book being called The Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping, and it will be released by Lionsgate, the company making the movie, November 20th, 2026. So they already have a release date for the movie. And then March 18th, 2025 for the book. So I don't even know. Like the book, it could do good or bad, but the movie is happening no matter what. So that's interesting. And basically, real quick, the whole story with this movie, Haymitch from the original movies, played by Woody Harrelson, this is going to be how he won his games, which honestly...
That's a spoiler alert, dude.
How is it a spoiler alert? The movie is so old.
What are you talking about?
The movie, the original trilogy.
No, I know, but that's lore you're going into. The spoiler alert. Some people don't know that.
Nah, okay, I'll put a spoiler warning in the beginning, but I don't believe it's a spoiler. But yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, but it's cool. Someone's gonna be playing a young Haymitch, and it's gonna show, you know, how he did what he did, which is cool. What are your thoughts on this? Did you watch the movie that came out last year?
No.
No, okay. But you read, but you know, wait, did you read the book?
No.
I think you bought the book.
Yes.
You bought the book, yeah. Yeah, what are your immediate thoughts with this?
I mean, I think it's fine. I haven't seen the one that you saw, but you seem to give it a pass, so it might be good. But it's just one of those things where, and it happened with Game of Thrones as well, is with the author of the books. And that is, at which point do you stop writing for the story and now you're writing knowing that it's going to be turned into a movie? You know what I mean? It's almost like now you're a mark for the movie, you know? It's like you made it. Oh, I'm going to make a music video with Lamborghinis and Ferraris. You know, it's like, okay, we get it, but there's no, you know what I mean? What came first, the chicken or the egg? And in this case, it's kind of like they're announcing the movie, and while she's writing it, the producer's already grabbing it from her and like shopping the script around. It's like, oh my God. So this is definitely mass market, you know, grab the pig, kill it, cut it up into a million different pieces and repackage it and sell it. But yeah, I mean, we'll see with this new movie what happens here. I mean, in terms of the story, this is the the second quarter quell. So that's the one where it's a tournament to celebrate, I think, the 50th anniversary. Yes, and so each district sends double the amount of children to this tournament.
4 children per district.
More children this
to go
way.
kill themselves. Yeah.
And so there's gonna be more of that. I mean, you're right. It's been many years since like the first trilogy and the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes or whatever the fuck it's called. And what I liked about the first 3 is they're pretty violent if you watched them. You know what I mean? Like they're pretty violent for its tone and everything else. And boy, that out of the 4 movies, that third one, out of the 4 original movies, that third one's pretty depressing.
That one is.
What's the last one called? Catching Fire or The Mockingjay? Mockingbird. Yeah, part 1. That one's really depressing. That's where she's all emo. She's hiding in the closet, doesn't want to eat.
Yeah,
and it's like, Katniss, we need you to save the world, but I just want to see my boyfriend. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's all she wants. Damn
bring in the boy, and then get out there and kill. You know, so it's cool. It'd be fun, only because I'm a Woody Harrelson fan. I kind of like you are. It'd be nice to see him in there, but. You know what I always complain about?
I don't want him in there.
I always complain about like those really bad filters they use. You know what I mean, and all that stuff. And it's kind of like no.
Like to actually star as a younger version. Right, no, hell no.
But put somebody else in there that might work. You know what I mean in that scenario. And I would almost be okay with a sort of unknown being put into the new role, right?
I agree.
But I'm gonna have to check out the one that you saw. Maybe it's on Netflix. Maybe it's on streaming. I could probably rent it for a couple bucks.
I think I saw that it just came out, and due to this announcement, it did like an insane amount of streaming numbers. So yeah, it's out there somewhere.
You know what? At least these idiots are getting smart with their marketing. Like they're piggybacking off, you know what I mean? Other things that are happening. So like,
the timing is
Venom
good.
movie got trailer released. You know, why don't we advertise it? The first 2 movies are available on YouTube for a couple bucks or on Netflix or something, right?
Right.
Use brain. That should be fun.
Should be.
That movie comes out, Ryan, I think March of next year?
August 2026.
What?
Yeah, it's
2026?
The book is March 2025.
Oh, shit, son. Okay, so it's going to be a while.
Yeah, I'm going to forget about this until later.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But
it should
back to the author Suzanne Collins. I can't imagine writing a book to a very popular franchise and having this looming thing that like, oh, it's gonna be turned into a movie. Like the minute I'm done, like this is a movie.
Yeah.
Now she's probably thinking of how it's gonna transition onto screen. It's gonna affect how she's writing the
100%.
book.
That's exactly what I mean, right?
That sucks.
It's exactly what I mean. You shouldn't be writing it with any kind of. Oh, by the way, Suzanne, the producers are saying that this movie is going to only have a budget of $220 million. Okay, what does that mean? Well, this third movie had a budget of, I don't know, $400 million as an example, and this one's $220.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know what that means. You know, so I toned down the explosions and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
easy on the monsters and stuff.
That's what I mean, right? At some point, I don't want to call it selling out or anything like that, but are you writing for the story, or are you writing because somebody gave you a check to write 3 stories that are going to be turned into movies, you know, because everybody gets paid, every little interaction, right? Oh, but it's interesting. It looks like it's going to be more than just, let's just package this out and send it out, even though I said it at the beginning. But they do have a lot of the old crew coming back in terms of the people that help make the last 3 movies, right?
The director, the producer.
Yeah. So at least they have the right parts there. You know what I mean? It's not going to be the director of, some random movie, but that should be fine. I'm curious to see who they cast because none of the cast has been announced yet.
Mm-hmm. I think they will go with a nobody. I mean, I think that would be the cool move. Except for the actress, the last movie they went with a nobody. So interesting stuff. I'm going to watch it. I actually liked the movie that came out last year. It grew on me. I didn't like it at first, but then it grew on me. I'm excited, man. Mm-hmm. I'm excited.